This week, we unravel the mystery of pricking the garter, which sounds like a sex move, but it's not. You see, it's complicated. When a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, This episode of Scam School brought to you by Click It or Ticket. Welcome to the show that once stopped an alien invasion with a blade of grass and a pickaxe. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week we're going to revisit one of my all-time favorite scams and show how the new version of the scam was not as good as the old version of the scam, because the old version was a better fooler, but everyone knew it, so the new version came out and became popular and everyone forgot about the old version, and then Brian couldn't figure out how the old version worked. Looks something like this. All right, now Matt, you're a longtime viewer of Scam School, so I'm going to bet that you remember 200 plus episodes ago when we taught the fast and loose scam. Do you have any memory of that at all?
I remember seeing it, I don't remember doing it.
You remember me holding this chain,
many hours
is
ago.
all it boils down to. Yeah. Scott, what you missed was I showed a game that is totally unfair. Looks like a legitimate game called Fast and Loose, where the object is that the magician or scam artist sets up a endless chain in a figure 8 pattern and explains that one of these holes will hold fast if you pull the chain, and the other one will go loose. That's where the phrase playing fast and loose with your money goes. So for example, put your finger right there, and if I pull it, you see that's an example of it holding fast, and then likewise, if I set it up what looks like the exact same way, put your finger in the exact same hole, and then you can see this time, it goes loose. Long story short, spoiler alert, I explained that if you do a particular cross pattern as you make the fast and loose endless chain, both of these will be loose. It's lose-lose on both sides. For example, you put one finger here, you put one finger there. So you can even have this moment where you say it looks like one of you is winning. Whichever one of you is convinced that you're the loser, remove your finger now. And then I'm like, oh, sorry, Matt, you just screwed it all up. Did some more research on this, and I mentioned that this fast and loose is far and away the most popular version of the scam because it allows for a magician's move to affect the outcome after the fact. But it's all based on an even earlier scam called pricking the garter that dates back to the 1800s. And weirdly, when I tried to figure out how pricking the garter worked, it fooled me repeatedly until finally I was able to wrap my mind around it. So here's the way pricking the garter works. The story is that at fairgrounds, you would have a rolled up belt loop that looked like this, okay? Now you have two loops here. You could tell that either one of them is inside the belt loop and the other one's outside the belt loop. But because I've spun it around so many times, it's hard for you to tell which one is which. So let's say, for example, you could win a teddy bear. You give me $1, you can win a teddy bear if you just stick your finger in the loop that is inside the belt loop. Which one would you pick? We'll go with Scott first. That's the one you would go with as inside, in which case I would pull the belt out and reveal you were wrong. You picked the outside, right? But don't worry, that was just your first time. I'm sure you'll win.
Getting used to it.
You get 3 tries for $1.
Okay.
All right, so now, same thing, we're gonna go with Matt this time. Pick the belt loop that is inside the belt loop. So that's one that's inside the belt loop. Now if you look, see, Matt's good. He won $1 billion. Listen, I'll give you another chance. Scott. Go ahead and see if you could tell me which one is on the inside.
No pressure.
Not at all.
Not at all, even though you can clearly tell that Matt is a genius at this game and you
Matt
suck.
is smart and I'm terrible at life. We're going with this.
Is inside. You're 100% sure?
No.
All right, let's see. Oh, you lose! So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to experiment. I want you to talk it out and see if you can figure out how this game is rigged and how you can affect the outcome either way to make somebody win or make somebody lose. In fact, I'll go ahead and set it up for you guys.
Okay.
What I do is I set these two up as slightly uneven so that when you roll it, you get this nice, pretty, symmetrical design here.
Right.
Like that. In fact, just for grins, you go ahead and put a finger in and guess which one is which and see if you're right.
I would. I'm thinking this one.
All right. There you go.
All right, so you were right,
There you go.
but do you know why you were right?
No clue whatsoever.
Okay, well, good. Let's try again.
No, I have a theory. We'll see.
The theory is the bigger one is always it?
No, because the last one was a smaller one.
Oh, really? So you
Yes.
switched again?
Yes. Well, we'll go with the smaller one this time and see.
Still in.
Yes.
So 3
You're
for
right,
3.
3 for 3.
All right, we'll try that one again.
Win.
Yeah,
Still
4 for
in.
4.
Still in.
So-
wow, you've won 4 times in a row.
So far, in my theory, by the way you've been rolling it, it's been the top one. By the nature of the way you've been rolling
You know
it.
what? And that's a good point. We should point out you've been rolling it pretty much the same
Yeah.
way each
Yeah.
time. You might want to try mixing it up, rolling it looser
Yeah.
or
Try it again.
tighter or something like that.
No,
oh,
like that.
look at
Like
that.
that.
See, because in the
Yeah.
real deal,
Play for keeps.
this was played on fairgrounds and was so well known, it was synonymous with losing your money, was playing Pricking the Garter.
I'm still jealous I beat you at one-on-one.
True. All right. So is that
Is
the?
that in or out?
I'm gonna say in.
Take that.
Oh!
Okay, it's on.
Yeah!
It's on.
There you go. And he's got the
Yeah,
eye of
okay,
the tiger.
okay, you gotta
He's like,
keep
you're
it
not
fair."
seeing my setup at all.
Shield it.
Oh! That's a good question. Does it matter the y-axis?
You're a bastard. We're gonna.
Hold on,
Oh.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. No, you can take a cab. It's cool. I'm gonna. All right, inside.
Inside?
Take that.
Oh!
Your job is fun.
This is great. It's fun to be the scam master, isn't it? Especially when, and you don't even know how you're doing it. You just know that you're pissing him
No, I'm
off.
awesome.
That work. Oh.
It's good. No, it's good. It's
Wait,
good.
wait till I touch it.
Okay.
It's like 3-card money.
You guys are the best ever.
Take that. Every time.
Dude, that's amazing. All right, either
Yeah.
Scott is a wizard of actually figuring out how to affect the outcome, or you had phenomenally bad luck for like 8 in a row. But in either case, you guys want to find out how all this crap works?
I'm the real
I want to
deal.
find out how
You
this
got it.
works.
The man is coming for you, and they're going to steal your money, and they're going to make you pay them. It's a stupid tax, and it's descending on America for 2 weeks. From May 21st through June 3rd, law enforcement officials are going to be ticketing idiots for being stupid. And by idiots for being stupid, I mean people who aren't wearing their seatbelts. Look, guys, seriously, what kind of idiot does not put on their seatbelt? Do you realize that from 2006 to 2010, 130,000 people died in car crashes? And of that, more than half of them were not even wearing a seatbelt. How simple is it? Take 2 seconds, go click, click, and then you'll be alive instead of dead. And then when your body's laying there in flames because you got thrown out the window because you weren't paying attention because you were busy texting without a seatbelt while you were driving on the highway, probably drunk, shame on you. And when you die, you'll think, should have clicked it so I didn't get a ticket, but now I'm dead. Click it or ticket. Okay, some theories. Let's talk about what's going through your head as far as why it's working and why it wasn't working. What were your operating ideas?
You know, initially I was just watching the roll, and based upon the roll, I could kind of see where it was going.
Oh, so you were just able to see,
Yeah.
because you did well at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then once you started setting it up in secret, that's when you got fail-tacular, right?
Yep.
All right,
Trickery was on.
what about you? Did you have any ideas?
No.
All you knew is
I was
that-
phenomenal.
It's-
I performed brilliantly. That's all I needed to know.
So here are some of the theories, and I loved the idea, Scott, of you flipping this over to throw them off. I love that you turned it around
welcome.
and stuff. Very quickly, it becomes way difficult to understand what's what. Some of the theories that we had as we went through setting it up were based on which way the loops were pointing, but the problem is, like let's say this loop is pointing this way, you just spin it a little tighter, now the loops are pointing another way, right? And of course, if you flip it upside down, that screws everything up. Here's what eventually we figured out to solve it. When you roll it up, here's what you need to think of. You have one strap of the end of the loop, right? And we know that this is inside and that this is outside. So as you go around, every time you roll around it, you're gonna have 2 more layers added. Okay, so again, you keep going around a second time and 2 more layers again. So again, we know that this one was inside when we rolled it up and that this one was outside. And if we look, we have 2 layers and 2 layers. So we're like, genius, so that's gotta be inside. However, Scott, take a look at the other side. We know that this side is outside And yet outside of this, what do you see? You have 2 layers and 2 layers.
Okay.
So it turns out the real key to this is not in how you roll it or how it's set up or what finger goes in. The key is in whether you peel this side out this way or peel this side out that way.
You can make someone lose every time.
You can make someone lose every single time.
You're
Think
welcome.
about this. If you're there and you can make a cute girl win every single time and your douchebag roommate lose every single time, that's what this allows you to do. And it's like, look, you guys are damn genius wizards. You weren't able to figure it out. It's one of those things where it's so counterintuitive. So, to pick a winner, what you want is you want the belt loop that he chooses, and you want it so you're peeling off 2 at a time and leading down just to that. So stick your finger in there. So if you want that to be the winner, here's what I have to decide. I want to peel off these 2 layers at once. So which one would I wrap around first?
Right here.
So I would start with this.
Yeah.
I'd go 1, and you'll notice as it comes back around,
Yep.
now you got 2, and now you're inside, right? But just rewind, everything exactly the same. Now switch to the other one. So if you're in that one, what do I want to do?
Pull from here.
I want to pull this one around, so I'm peeling it off 2 at a time, and now that one's the winner. Does that make sense? Okay, so now that you know how it's done, you get your revenge on Scott. Make him lose your challenge. If you can make him lose 3 times in a row, I'll buy drinks for both of you. Actually, just you.
Just me.
If you fail, Scott gets your drinks. So that means you need to noodle it through each time. You need to walk us through. Okay, now, let's start with, if you wanted him to win, what would you have to do?
So if I want him to win, I'd peel off these 2 layers.
That's right.
So if I want him to lose, I would do this layer.
That's right. So go ahead and try it.
So there.
And that's a lose. That's the first one,
Success.
okay? Now, that
How
time,
does it feel?
the thing is, if you want to make him see how it's done, you don't want to wrap him around like that. You want to be able to just grab it and kind of pull it out. So try it again. This time, just be a little more cavalier. This is your second trial.
Here we go.
All right, so to make him lose, what do you have to do? Well, oh wait, I guess if you split it all the way wide, then you don't really know.
Any time.
Yeah, then you don't hear. Do that
don't
again.
know that.
Do
Try
that
to beat
again,
me.
but don't split it all the
Try to
way
beat me. I play for keeps.
All right, here we go. Final exam time. You got it poked in? Okay, so now remember, what do you got to do?
So the loopy's in.
Yep.
Plus an even number.
Yep, plus
So
another
it's
even
4.
number. So that means which one you want to grab?
So this one.
That's right. Now peel it out, and now once you have 2, there you go. Pull it with your hand. Oh, you made him a winner. That was you're supposed to make him a loser. Whatever, dude. Good enough. You got the point of it. So on this one, you're going to want to take the time to practice and get good at recognizing which side you want to pull in order to create which kind of result. It's that extra few moments of looking at it and kind of saying, oh, I don't know, maybe this one, and wrap it around. That's the difference between this looking like a cheesy gag and a really good con game. So I want to hear about your success stories, so hit me up on the boards at scamschool.tv, where you can see all 250 billion episodes of Scam School and counting. And of course, if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. Look, we gotta talk. You guys know we just released the Scam School book. It's a critical hit. Praise, 5 stars, reviews all over it, articles in the Huffington Post about how awesome it is. Unfortunately, we got this close to meeting our goal. We wanted to be the #1 bestseller by having everybody buy the book on the exact same day. Do you realize we hit #3 in the United States? We hit #1 in Canada, but do you know who we lost to? We lost to erotic fan fiction for Twilight. There's this series. Your mom's busy reading the 50 Shades of Grey. Shame on her. It's a dirty storybook. You don't want to read it. But the point is, we need to take them down. That's why Scam School Book 2 is coming out on June 19th, and it's gonna be even bigger than the original. We're talking more scams, more tricks, more awesome ways to screw your buddies out of free beers, and the day we're gonna release it, we're gonna drop the price of Scam School Book 1 to 99 cents. I am dead serious. If you've been on the fence up until this point, you need to jump on, and Scam School Operation iScam Part 2, June 19th. It's going to be epic and amazing. Everybody loves the books. You guys will as well. Don't forget to join us next week because we're going to be visiting a very special brewery that makes glow-in-the-dark beer. Question is, does it still glow after you drink it? You know what I'm talking about. Because then you can keep the lights turned off in the bathroom. This is an important outtake announcement to my YouTube fans. This belt buckle here, is it annoying or rad? Put it in the comments. I think it's rad. Because when I press it, it summons the Justice League. But that's just me. Welcome to the show that once stopped an alien invasion with nothing but a bladed... I'm dead! Satisfied? Yeah, I think so. I mean, do we get, you like that? I can't believe that camera's so tiny. All the cameras get so tiny now.
Don't judge my camera, Brushwood.
I know it is powerful.